lefties. They're what you call a rare breed, not only in the NBA, but just in general. And research shows that roughly 10 to 12% of people are left-handed. Now, we look at the NBA, and the rare breed is also evident too. All that being said, here's a list of the all-time lefty starting five. At point, we got James Harden. Fear the beard. Unless you've been like Patrick under a rock, you know how much of a bucket and a talent that James is. His playstyle, like it or not, helped bend the rules of the NBA. That step back is untouchable and nearly unstoppable. I know traditionally he was a shooting guard, but for the last few years, he's definitely played point and racked up the assist numbers too, averaging over 10 assists per game last year in the 22 season with the Sixers. His game high in assists is 17, but he did that in 9 different games. Like dang. And not to mention, he has the highest scoring triple-double ever recorded with 60 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. Harden, he a monster. Even though he ain't got the ring, he's a big talent. Now there's a lot of what ifs. What if he never left OKC? What if Chris Paul never got hurt when they were up 3-2 on the Warriors? I guess we will never find out, but Harden's still gonna be a legend. Alright, now at shooting guard on this lefties list is Manu Ginobili, one of the silkiest players to ever touch the court from Argentina. Drafted in 1999, Manu progressively moved his way to one of the best. His ability to hit threes, drive to the paint, and dish the ball was crucial. He's part of the reason this move is called the Euro step. They were doing that over in the EuroLeague before the NBA. Smooth. And he's one of 2 players to win a EuroLeague title, an NBA championship, and an Olympic gold medal. And of course, he has 4 championship rings with the Spurs, and with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, that was one of the strongest and most consistent trios the NBA ever saw. And in 2022, he was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame. Manu and Harden, the lefty guards are hard to deal with. Now at the 3, we got Dave Cohen. I know Cohen was a power forward / center, but in this all-time lineup, a skinny 6'9" talent can definitely fill in that 3 spot. Ever since coming into the league, he was dominating. He won Rookie of the Year in 1971, and by 1973, he won MVP. That MVP year, he averaged 20.5 points, 16.2 rebounds, and 4.1 assists per game. He had 3 all-defensive teams and 8 all-star selections. He was an NBA champion with the Boston Celtics in 1974 and 1976. Cohen was an all-around good lefty who led some good Celtics teams. He was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame in 1991. At the 4 on this list, and you might think it's controversial, but Bill Russell. Bill Russell was an undersized 5, first off. Russell is an 11-time NBA champion when he was playing, a 12-time All-Star, and a 5-time NBA MVP. He's also considered one of the best defenders in the history of the game. Blocks weren't recorded when he was playing, but if they were, he'd probably be top 3 all-time. And Russell was an absolute monster on the glass, averaging over 20 rebounds per game for his career. This squad full of lefties has one of the best rebounders and defenders at the 4. Like, what? The NBA didn't have Defensive Player of the Year back then, but if they did, it'd be safe to assume that Russell would have at least 10 of those awards. He was the centerpiece of that Celtics dynasty in the 60s, and without a doubt, one of the greatest players in NBA history. He played his role to the T, getting all those blocks and over 20 rebounds a game, and getting lots of steals. Man, this would be tough to score on this team. And at the center on the all-time lefties is David Robinson. The man known as the Admiral was a 10-time NBA All-Star, the 1995 MVP, and a 2-time NBA champion. On top of that, he's a 2-time Olympic gold medal winner, a 2-time Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame inductee, and a 2-time U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame inductee. He was honored as one of the league's all-time players by being named to the NBA's 50th anniversary team in 1996 and the NBA's 75th anniversary team in 2021. He's widely considered as one of the greatest centers in both NCAA history and NBA history. His inside-outside game would go so well with this squad. He could hit that mid-range jumper as well as slam it down off those pick and rolls. He won Defensive Player of the Year in 1992 and was named First Team All-Defense 3 times. I mean, think about scoring in the paint on this team. Go against Bill Russell, get swatted. Go up against David Robinson, get swatted. I mean, it's a double whammy. And the pick and roll game will go crazy. James Harden getting a screen by David Robinson. Step up on James and he gonna throw it into the Admiral for a slam. If you don't step up, well, he gonna step back and hit that 3 like usual. And a similar story goes for Manu Ginobili. And between Manu and James, those are 2 capable defenders, particularly James when he tries. But you talk about Cohen's, Bill Russell, and David Robinson, that's straight clamps. Of course, this is all hypothetical, but it's always fun to see what would happen with these left-handed players. They're difficult to guard for sure. But that wraps it up. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe by the bell if you're new. I appreciate the view. And as always, man, thank you for watching.